first beer is Lagunitas from California, Maximus, Colossal IPA. It's colossal. It's not just double, it's colossal. 9% ABV, Imperial India Pale Ale. The reason I picked this is because when I read this first reading, there's just a lot of really abrasive imagery in it. So there's a squeaky iron fence, there's siblings arguing, there's jostling crowds, there's gunfire, there's the sound of tanks rolling on pavement, there's just all this stuff that's really kind of abrasive. And there's this movement between like safety and danger. And so I was trying to capture that imagery and that kind of theme in this beer. So I wanted something that was abrasive. So a double IPA seemed the right option because it is extremely bitter and extremely hoppy. You're going to hate this one, Laura. You're going to really hate this one. It also, the chapter describes momentous events. So this is big alcohol, momentous as it should be. So cheers.
You nailed it.
I think that face that you just made is something that needs to go in the outtakes on YouTube.
Chris did tell me as I was getting set up here, let me turn this so you can see my cool stuff, minus my juice. There's a little teaser for what's coming. He did pull this out and he kind of looked at it and laughed and said, "You are going to hate that."
All right, I have a quick question before we move to beer number 2. So in the entire chapter, as Laura said earlier, I read the whole first chapter. There's a basketball that's really important to your brother that he brought from America. And in the scene where you're in the crowd watching the trucks full of soldiers and the tanks roll by, there's this sort of cinematic, long-running cinematic image of this ball rolling under the tanks. And then you say it rolled under the tank, and then there's a bang, and the soldiers start shooting. And in my mind, the tank rolled over the basketball, it popped, that triggered the soldiers to shoot. And I believe that cannot be true, but in my cinematic theater director brain, that's what happened, and I just have to ask.
No, it went on underneath, and the word Spalding came up, and it had already gone on. And at that moment, I made eye contact with a soldier that was walking next to the tank. And it was just bizarre. He looked at me, I looked at him, and he was so young. And I thought, how did he, he had a gun, and it was like this kind of frozen moment where the ball had gone under, Spalding had left, and this boy was looking at me, I was looking at him, and then the next thing was this gunshot or something behind us that sounded like a fire. I thought it was a firecracker at first. Yeah. But it turned out it wasn't. It was something that caused them all to react and start shooting.
All right.
Well, I like your version of the story better, though, that her brother pretty much set off the Vietnam War.
Yeah, no, that makes a good story. That whole moment was very cinematic.
It really was. That was well written.
That's where, as a theater director, that's where my brain went. It's like the basketball rolled under, it popped. They thought it was gunfire. They fired back, and
it's like Lexington and Concord. Who knows who started it? The American kid.
Really, my brother. He'd be shocked.
Beer number 2.
Second beer is Young's Double Chocolate Stout. The reason for this pairing will be obvious when you read the reading. It involves Hershey's chocolate bars, which are a standout major image in this chapter of the book. This is called Double. Don't shake this, Laura. It's on nitro, so it's going to want to come out of the can.
Oh, I heard it.
So It's called Double Chocolate Stout because it's brewed with both chocolate malt, which is a kind of roasted malt that imparts kind of bitter chocolate flavors, and actual chocolate. So, Lori, you'll love this one. This is your beer.
It's trying to explode on me.
I know, that's what I said. It's going to want out. And it has that lovely nitro cascading foam thing going on.
The reason I shook it was when I was bringing it over here, I noticed it sounded, I said, Chris, I think it's like frozen or something. And he said, no, there's a shaker in there.
It's not a shaker, it's a nitro widget.
Okay. Well, he called it a shaker, but regardless, something making the sound. So this has a lot of foam on it too.
Yeah,
It's
it
very
should.
chocolatey.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh,
So-
you're going to love this beer, Laura.
I figured I would. In fact, I got this last night and shoot, now it's running down my hand because I was trying to prevent it exploding. I don't have a towel on my pants.
What shirts are for?
Wanted to try this last night because I had to get a 6-pack. That's all they had, which is quite fine with me. But no, that's, part of the point of our program is like, I'm a total non-beer drinker. So I'm supposed to see what non-beer drinkers like, I guess. Thank you. And so I sacrificed for the sake of our podcast, and I did not have this last night.
All right.
So where's my cheers.
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 Beer number 3. All right, I'm going to turn on cocktail cam for beer number 3. Where is my video settings? USB camera, beer number 3. All right, so beer number 3 is Weihenstephaner Hefeweißbier, German style wheat beer from the world's oldest continuously operating brewery in Germany. It's not the beer that's important here, it's the cocktail that we're going to make with the beer. I wanted a cocktail because this next reading takes place at an officer's party that seems to me like they would be drinking cocktails. I'm sure some people were drinking beer, but cocktails seem to be the thing. So we're going to make, and I also wanted kind of an old school cocktail. So we're going with a beer version of the Harvey Wallbanger called a Harvey Weissbanger. So we're going to take an ounce of Galliano, which is an anise flavored liqueur. Nice chartreuse color.
I
We're
did
gonna
not
take
think
2
to get
ounces.
anything to measure.
You can just guess. About an ounce. 2 ounces of orange juice. Then we're going to throw some ice in that. This is in a Collins glass. And then we're going to top that off with 6 ounces of this delicious wheat beer.
My beer is exploding.
This is a really highly carbonated beer.
Do I get to use my cool little mixer I found?
Not this time.
Oh, shoot. I was so prepared.
I'm going to over foam this, I fear.
Yeah, mine was busy foaming over the bottle.
All right. And then you garnish with orange peel.
Oh, I don't have an orange peel.
Well, you'll just have to fake it.
Right. Okay, for those who are listening, I've got an orange peel.
And that is the Harvey Weissbanger. Basically, it's a Harvey Wallbanger substituting vodka with wheat beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a great summery beer, too. So, I mean, it's Vietnam, so it's tropical.
I
And
like that.
here we are entering
absolutely
winter,
delicious.
but we're drinking a really summer, sit on the porch kind of cocktail.
So just for kicks, I'm going to add some more of Galliano, or is it Galliano, and see how that changes the taste. I mean, this is an art, not a science, right?
Yes. I need to mix this up a little bit.
You don't want too much of the Galliano. And
No,
unless
it's anise flavored. It's a little
sweet.
strong.